Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here once again with another video on The Flash Season 6. And just firstly, if you can hear something in the background, that's probably my heater. It is freezing where I am today. I was going to say this morning, but it's not morning. So just ignore that. Hopefully it's not too loud. And also, in this video, right now, I'm going to be starting a giveaway for a Blu-ray or a DVD of 3 of the following movies. Whoever wins gets to choose which one they want. That's just how it works. So the first one is Aquaman, Avengers Endgame, or Shazam. Whoever wins gets to pick whatever prize they want. To enter that, all you have to do is leave a like on the video and just leave a general comment on this video about your thoughts on the various topics we go over. Don't leave which one you want, because when I contact the winner, they can choose. And just a heads up, guys, I actually do have a bit of a interesting bonus piece of information I got sent by like a source I have in Vancouver connected to these shows right at the end of the video, so you might be interested in that, especially for Speedster fans. But yeah, in regards to The Flash, let's get back to some DC TV stuff. So in regards to The Flash, we are back with that in just basically around exactly 6.5 weeks from now, which is pretty exciting. Like, as I was saying, like about a week and a half ago, and I think I said it was about 8 weeks away, you know, that will come extremely quick. You know, it's just going to come like that. We won't even realize it's come and gone. I mean, it's been like, what, over a month now? I think it might be a month. Actually, I think it's a month exactly from today since Comic-Con, where they showed us the trailer. I might be wrong, I might be a week off, but I think it's exactly a month today since we got the trailer for season 6 of The Flash. So that's very coincidental, but also cool. So yeah, so exactly a month since we got the trailer, but still 6.5 weeks until we get the show back. But yeah. Now, they are filming episode 5 right now at this current point in time. We will come back to something about episode 5 in a second. But a lot of people have been asking about promotional stuff. You should expect that to come out fairly soon, especially as we head into this final month of the, I guess the break you'd call it, before the shows come back. I think Flash comes back October 8th or 10th or something like that, or October 9th? Something along those lines. So, you know, within that month. So basically, once we get past that first week of September, maybe expect something to either be a trailer or maybe some new pictures or something along those lines. I'd expect that to come out. But that's essentially just like one of those like watch this space sort of things. So yeah, in regards to that, watch this space. But yeah, let's get into some episode 5 stuff. Now, we don't know the title of this episode. At this point in time, I think we only know the title, for the first 2 episodes. With Arrow, I think we know it's like episode 4 or 5, and I think the same with Legends. But with Flash, and I think even Supergirl, actually Supergirl might even be worse off, but I think with Flash, we only know the first 2 episode titles. I think episode 1 is Into the Void. I think that's what it's called. And the second episode is A Flash of the Lightning, which is obviously crisis related. So we're expecting that to be maybe not a massive crisis episode, but definitely maybe a piece in the jigsaw that ends up being crisis later on in the season. So that'll be interesting when we get to that point, which won't be too long. That's only about 5 weeks away. Actually, what am I talking about? I just said it was 6.5 weeks until the shows come back. So it's about 7.5 weeks away. But in regards to episode 5, we know one character that will be back, which I wasn't really expecting, to be completely honest, because he's been absolutely tearing it up as Boots the monkey from Dora the Explorer. Or what was it? What's the live action movie? Dora and the Gold something? El Dorado, whatever it was. So, Danny Trejo, who played Boots the monkey in that Dora movie, but he also played Breacher on The Flash, and also Machete, and is he Uncle Machete? Is that what his name is? What's his name in Spy Kids? Whatever his name is there. Danny Trejo, living legend. He saved that dude from a car or the fire, whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago. Well, he's back as Breacher for episode 5, which, as I said, you know, wasn't really expecting. I thought it was pretty crazy when I actually heard that was the case. Now, I haven't seen a photo there. It's just being said by people that are in Vancouver that he's there to film The Flash, and I don't know what else he'd be there for. I looked up his IMDb and stuff like that, and I couldn't see anything else there that would link him to being in Vancouver where they film these shows. So, yeah. So, yeah, he's back. But I guess the big question is, like, why is he back? Because he's meant to be retired, so why would he be back? And look, that's a big. It could just be an episode where maybe something on another Earth is needed, or might have something to do, you know, specifically with Cisco because of what happened to Cisco at the end of last season. Even though it looks like Cisco now has his powers back or something, going off the episode 2 set photos. But as always, as I was saying before, we have an event coming up, in the middle part of the season, that being Crisis on Infinite Earth. So maybe his return or his guest appearance in episode 5 has something to do with that. That could be something that we do there. I've always said, going into this season of The Flash and even the other shows, that it wouldn't surprise me if they do a lot of multiverse stuff to make the most of the multiverse while it's still a thing. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to do with Crisis come the end of it, whether the multiverse is no longer. Sorry, I can't speak today. No longer going to exist, or it's just going to be smaller. We don't know what they're going to do. But if the multiverse does come to an end like it did in the comics, then you think they might make the most of it while they still can this season. So they might do a couple of cool things there, or at least have characters from other Earths come in. But then again, they could just make those characters survive when the Earths merge anyway. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. But at this point, we just know that he's in the episode. But as soon as this came, I posted on Twitter. It wasn't really known. Then I posted about it on Twitter. This was about a week ago. I know it's taken me a while to get around to doing a video on it. Sorry. But people were asking me, like, what about Gypsy? Obviously, Breach's daughter, and obviously Cisco's ex-girlfriend. And they were asking if she's back, and if she isn't back, why isn't she back? She wasn't seen there, and the chance of her returning is pretty unlikely. And the main reason for that is that Jessica Camacho, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, who played Gypsy, is actually a main cast member on a show called All Rise, and I think they're filming right now. Like it comes out soon. It's a new show, but I think she's still filming that. So she's a main cast member. So she's basically dedicated to that. That was a main issue with her coming back in not last season, the season before, because she was on a show called Taken, like the season 2 there, and I think she got on another show as well. So she was really wrapped up and really couldn't appear that often, if at all. So this is like another issue there. Like she's committed to another show. She wasn't a main member on The Flash. So that's why she was allowed to go do another show. So she's wrapped up. But if she were to come back, she could maybe come back for an episode. Like, that's all I could really see her coming back for, unless it's towards the end of the season. But it is important to remember, it's not like Cisco and her are a thing anymore, Like, Cisco has another girlfriend right now, another relationship, a relationship that basically caused him to go down that story arc for the most part last season. So I'd be surprised if we saw Gypsy back. It's not, impossible, but I would be surprised for a couple of reasons. The first one being that the actress is already wrapped up with another show, but also, the current climate with Cisco and stuff on the show. Like, that storyline's pretty much ended. I don't think there's necessarily a reason to bring Gypsy back into it, but maybe Breacher might have another say in that. Who knows? Now, another returning character that we will have, not in episode 5, but in episode 3, which I only found out about like halfway through last week, is Norvok. He'll be in episode 3 for those that care. Episode 3, once again, we don't know the episode title for that, but maybe that could be Bloodwork related. I think there's another character, I can't remember off the top of my head what character it is that's going to be in that episode that's from last season as well. He's like a small character. I think his name's Gat, like G-A-T-T, maybe G-A-T-T, I think it was. He was in previous episodes as well. He's in episode 3, I think episode 1 as well. So it could be Bloodwork related. As in like Ramsey Russo, the villain of the seasons, or the first half of the season, could be related there. I don't know. If you have any theories, let me know. And the last bit of basic info before we get into, I guess, like the bonus thing I was saying at the beginning of the video. Danielle Panabaker, who of course plays Caitlin Frost, is directing episode 6 and she's prepping for that. So that basically means don't expect too much Caitlin in episode 5 of this season, because she spends most of her time in that week leading up to her directing, basically scouting locations and different props and stuff like that. Locations, whether it's inside or outside or inside, and even just locations in studios and stuff like that as well. So she'll be pretty preoccupied doing that. So I wouldn't expect too much Kayla in episode 5 or episode 6, because she's directing. But I guess I don't know, directing herself would be pretty weird. But she'll be in episode 6 and episode 5, just not as much as you would normally see in other episodes. But yeah, guys, let's jump into that that bonus info thing I was talking about earlier on in the video. Now, I was sent this by a source who has been reliable in the past. I'm not going to say he's got a 100% accuracy, because he basically just hears this through the grapevine. Now, this is in regards to Kid Flash or Wally West. So he heard at Comic-Con this year that he was going to be back for a multi-episode arc, even though I don't think they specified episodes. I think people were saying they said 2, but I was at the panel and I only heard multi-episode arc or multi-episode arc, so I don't know if there was an actual amount. I was told by my source, this isn't confirmed by the way, this is just what he's hearing, that there's no plans for Wally West at the moment. Like they don't have like a set structure as to how they want to use the character. All they know is that they do want it to make a pretty adventurous and epic episode, or episodes might I say, that he's there. And as I said at Comic-Con, I think off the top of my head it was like, they're going to be versing one of the Flash's greatest villains. He doesn't know. Oh, I'll give it away. I was going to say he doesn't know necessarily who the villain is or the threat that they're going up against. It's just that it probably won't be to the back half, and they would already have plans for around up to episode 10 right now. So it seems like I might be past that, but that's all I have at the moment. If I can get some updates, hopefully soon, but I have to wait and see. And also, just quickly on that Kid Flash thing, this isn't related to that source thing. Just an opinion from you guys. Do you think they're versing Reverse Flash, or do you think it's another villain? Because I think when people said the greatest Flashes, or one of the Flash's greatest enemies, Reverse Flash comes straight back into it. But do you think it's someone else? If you do, let me know in the comments, because most people are saying Reverse Flash, but I'm intrigued to see what other people have to say. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. As I said, if you want to enter that giveaway, just leave a like on the video and just leave your thoughts in the comments. But if you don't even want to enter the video, you can do the giveaway. Sorry, you can do that anyway. Just leave a like on the video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and of course, if you are new to the channel, yeah, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on my next video, whenever that might be. And yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye.